What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Blazers Uprise Live here on a Thursday. It is game day. The Blazers take on the New Orleans Pelicans later on tonight. It should have been the first matchup between Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum of their careers, but that is put on hold until at least March. I will have my reaction to that. I will maybe share how Dame feels about that, and we'll preview this game. But first off, we got picks against the spread. This will be a solo stream. Eric is not here for this one, and then I don't think he's going to be here for the post-game stream tonight. I might be wrong on that, but we'll see. He's out doing things, living life, so good for him. But first, let's do picks against the spread. We got 4 games today. Let's take a look at the standings. As you guys look at the standings, this is Blazers Uprise Live presented by BetOnline. All these spreads in this segment are brought to you by BetOnline. So if you want to get in on any of this action, head over to BetOnline. They have live betting. You can receive 50% rewards by using the promo code BELIEVE. That's BLEAV. So if you have any confidence in any of these spreads during this Picks Against the Spread segment, go make a play over on BetOnline where the game starts. Thank you to them for sponsoring this stream once again. So there was 15 games on Monday, which means 16 games when you count double downs. Zach did a strategy where he was picking the home team. He was picking the team on the right side of the graphic. I messed up one of the games, put the road team on the right side of the graphic, and that worked out for him because that road team won. That was the Knicks beating the Timberwolves. Zach had the best day, and he's sitting there. I didn't fill out the percentages. I forgot to fill out the percentages on this graphic, but Zach's correct pick percentage is pretty high because he can't win a double down. That is bringing down his record right now. If he was like 3-3 in double downs, he'd be sitting there tied with Eric, I think. So Zach just needs to win a double down at this point. Chat, you guys are doing the best on double downs, 4 and 2. Jackson, Eric, Connor, 3 and 3. Me and Trevin, 2 and 4 on double downs. Aeromancer's 1 and 5. He's down there at 15 and 38, but he has a rookie excuse. This is his first year being a moderator, so he's still getting his feet wet. Anyway, let's jump into game number 1. Since we don't have Eric, that is what I had to put on the screen. So I will read off injuries, then I'll make the chat poll. I love that edit of, I call him Money Man Brant. That's what I call him. Anyway, first game, you got the Washington Wizards hosting the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas is a 5.5-point road favorite. As far as the injuries go, for the Mavericks, Christian Wood is out and Davis Bertans is out. 2 front court players for them. And then for the Wizards, Star Bradley Beal is out, DeLon Wright is out, Kristaps Porzingis is out, and Taj Gibson is out. So it's Luka and a bunch of nobodies versus Rui Hachimura and a bunch of nobodies. Anyway, gotta shout out my guy Rui there. Let me make this chat poll and then I'll get your guys' picks. Unfortunately, there will be dead air with this segment as I'm the only one doing this. I cannot completely carry this segment, but I'll try my best. Also, do you guys want me to mute my mic when I type in the poll or not? Do you guys like the keyboard, or should I mute my mic and just let it be absolutely dead air? We got Krish back in here. What's up, Krish? Don't mute. Trevin likes the keyboard. You guys like the... Okay, I'll rock with it. All right. There's your chat poll. As far as Eric, he's going Dallas, and Aeromancer also gave me his picks. He is also going Dallas. I'm going Dallas. Typing isn't that bad. Okay, cool. Chat, you're feeling Dallas. I will do a chat poll for Double Down since there is only 4 games today. I can put all 4 of those games in a chat poll. And we'll finish things off with Pelicans Blazers. Segue that into the preview. Trevin is going Mavs. Jackson went Mavs, says Jackson. need Zach and we need Connor. Good. We got Connor in here. Connor goes Wizards, going against the grain. And then is Zach in here? Hopefully. Yeah, Zach's there. Mavs. Cool. Awesome. Thanks for making it easy on me. Chat, 77% Mavericks for game number 1. So it's a Connor Island there with the Washington Wizards. All right, game number 2. We got the Miami Heat hosting the Charlotte Hornets. Miami is an 11-point home favorite. As far as the Hornets go, it's the usual same guys that were out when we played them yesterday. LaMelo Ball is out, Cody Martin is out, and Gordon Hayward is out. As far as the Heat go, Victor Oladipo is out, Omer Yurtseven is out, Tyler Hero is questionable, and Caleb Martin is questionable. Those are the injuries for Heat versus Hornets. Connor says Zach abandoned him. Connor, I'm sorry to hear that, man. There we go. There's your chat poll. All right. This is a tough game. I'll fill in your guys' picks first. Jackson and Zach and Trevin are Heat. Eric is Heat. Aeromancer is Hornets. Connor is Hornets. The Heat always screw me over. I'm going Hornets. I'm going Hornets. I don't know why, but I'm going Hornets. Chat, 80% Heat. But whenever I pick the Heat, they screw me over. One of my Double Downs wins is going against the Heat, so I'm just going to see if going against the Heat is the smart play for the rest of the season. All right, me, Connor, Aeromancer, Hornets. Everybody else, Miami Heat. All right, game number 3. We got the Atlanta Hawks hosting the Philadelphia 76ers. This is a very low spread, as Atlanta is only 1-point home favorites. As far as injuries go, the big one is James Harden, still out for the 76ers. He'll be out for a couple more weeks at the least. And then also PJ Tucker is questionable for the Hawks. Bogdan Bogdanovic is still out, and Jalen Johnson is active. He was on the injury report, but it looks like he will play, and he's been playing some minutes for the Atlanta Hawks. All right, here is your typing ASMR segment of this game. How many words per minute does it sound like I type at, chat? There's your poll. Connor, Sixers. I'm going Hawks. Trevin, Hawks. Connor says 575 words per minute. All right, let me see. Aeromancer is Atlanta. Eric is Philly. Whoops. And then we need Zach and we need Jackson. And then the final game, I don't know why it's not showing up in the up next section, but it is Blazers and it is Pelicans. Jackson goes with the Atlanta Hawks. By the way, we are currently reimagining our Discord. Grant is our Discord manager now. He is helping me redo the entire Discord since Twitter is going to crap. Join our Discord. We're going to try and do some cool stuff in that Discord. There's a link in the description box below. We have a game thread. We're going to do game threads for every game that you guys can chat live in. And we're willing to take suggestions and feedback. on the Discord as well. So definitely let me know if there's anything that I should add or do. Anyway, Zach goes Sixers, chat goes Hawks. And we almost have a split vote. Eric, Zach, Connor going Sixers, everybody else going Hawks. All right, fourth and final game is your Portland Trailblazers heading into New Orleans. New Orleans is an 8.5-point home favorite because for the Blazers, they got 3 players out. That is Gary Payton II and Olivier Sarr, of course, but then also Damian Lillard will not play today due to injury management. We'll talk about that in a bit. 2 players questionable, 2 starters, Jeremy Grant and Yusuf Nurkic, after not playing yesterday, are questionable for tonight, and then Justice Winslow and Shaedon Sharpe are probable. For the New Orleans Pelicans, Kira Lewis Jr. is out, Larry Nance Jr. is questionable, and he will be a game-time decision, the former Blazer. There's your chat poll. Both Aeromancer and Eric went Blazers. I'm also going to go with the Blazers. Trevin goes Pelicans. Yes, Zion's playing. The only player that's for sure out is Kira Lewis Jr. and then Larry Nance Jr. is questionable, Zach. Easy money Blazers, says Connor. Well, the Blazers are absolutely screwed. Great jinx quote there, Connor. Jackson goes Blazers as well. Easy money is the quote to jinx a team. So if the Blazers get absolutely smoked tonight, chat, you guys know who to blame. Blame Connor. Jackson has to run. He's making his double down pick. I'll just get that ready right now, because why not? And then Zach is going with the Pelicans easy money. Thank you, Zach, for sacrificing and canceling it out. If you really want to cancel it out, Zach, you would double down on the Pelicans since you're 0-6 on double downs. Then you can really help out the Portland Trailblazers. Then why did I do that? That was not what I was supposed to do. What in the world? No, I need to just show it, not change the Blazer logo to a Pelicans logo. I just need to show the other Pelicans logo. There we go. Yeah, Connor, that was just my mistake. Chat is going with the Trail Blazers. We got Zach and Trevin on their own with the Pelicans. Everybody else going Blazers. Time for double downs. Eric is doubling down on the Mavericks. Jackson's doubling down on the Mavericks. Did not mean to make that Connor. Aeromancer's doubling down on the Hawks. I'm also doubling down on the Mavericks. Chat, I will do your poll right now. Here are the 4 spreads, by the way. I'm not putting them in the chat. I just want to see you guys pick. Mavericks, Heat, Hawks, Blazers. Mavericks, Heat, Hawks, Blazers. Also, I forgot to. I need to take this Money Man Brant guy. I need to put him in here as well. There, cool. We are good to go on that. Perfect. Connor's doubling down on the Wizards. We got... Oh, Zach did double down on the Pelicans. Thank you, Zach. If the Blazers win, you have Zach. I almost called him Thak. You got Zach to thank. All right. Trevin's double down is the Hawks. And then chat, you guys are tied between the Mavericks and the Blazers. Still tied. First vote to break that tie is what I'm going with. So somebody holds a lot of power right now. Blazers. Chat is doubling down on the Portland Trail Blazers. All right, so me, Eric, Jackson, all going Mavericks. Aeromancer and Trevin going Hawks. Connor's going with the Wizards. Zach's going with the Pelicans against Chat, who's going with the Portland Trail Blazers. Anyway, that is picks against the spread. So, unfortunately, the matchup that we've waited for a few months now is not going to happen tonight. The Blazers play the Pelicans 4 times this year, okay? Obviously, they play them later tonight. And then the final 3 matchups, as I go to the schedule feed that we have in our Discord, which, yes, I'm plugging the Discord again. All right, we got a whole schedule, cool graphics and all that in there. March 1st, they play the Pelicans. March 12th, they play the Pelicans. And then March 27th. So 3 matchups in March and 1 tonight. Damian Lillard will not play tonight. The matchup we've been waiting for, obviously, is Lillard versus McCollum for the first time in their careers. That's going to have to wait until at least March, unfortunately. More than a year after CJ McCollum was traded, and this is due to injury management. I'm not happy about this. Supposedly, Dame is not happy about this either. And that's no surprise. Apparently, Dame is pissed. Not specifically at anyone, but just really wanted to play tonight. And I assume he really wanted to play against CJ McCollum for the first time in his career. That would have been the matchup, Dame versus CJ. I assume it's the Blazers not playing Dame in a back-to-back, but I'm kind of frustrated that they played him yesterday. Granted, unfortunately, we needed him yesterday, but that's a poor Charlotte Hornets team. I really wanted to see Dame play against CJ, and we are absolutely robbed of that. Now, you can look at this 2 different ways. You can be upset, which is kind of how I am right now. Obviously, pretty much every Blazer fan out there wanted to see Dame versus CJ. So we can be upset about it, or we can realize this is a long run sort of thinking where the Blazers don't care about a specific matchup just for fan purposes, and they care about trying to have a successful season and keep Dame healthy, right? So overall, I get it. It's second night of a back-to-back. He's coming off a calf strain. They don't want to wear Dame out early in the season, especially when they're winning games. But this is an important game that could come into play later on in the season when the Blazers could likely be battling with the New Orleans Pelicans for playoff positioning. I have no idea where the Blazers are going to be at the end of the year, but it is a possibility that, if they don't keep this up, could be battling for a play-in spot. And honestly, the 6th, 7th seed could be around 50 wins. That's not really a knock, but you have a lot of good teams in the West. You could be talking about the Blazers versus the Pelicans for, the 6th seed, the 5th seed, maybe home court advantage. Who knows? The West is absolutely crazy right now. I have no idea how it turns out, but the Pelicans are a legitimate team. The Blazers have looked like a legitimate team. This is a game that could matter later on in the season for tiebreaker purposes, for seeding purposes, all that sort of stuff. So I'm bummed that they are resting Dame. You do have another game after this against the Dallas Mavericks, which could also matter for seeding purposes. As far as the standings go, the Mavericks are 6-4, a game and a half behind the Blazers. The Pelicans are 6-5, 2 games behind the Blazers. How nice would it be to put the Pelicans 3 games behind us and have a head start on the potential tiebreaker? That would be awesome. The Blazers are currently, 3-1 on this road trip. So it's already a successful road trip, but you don't, you're not okay losing the next 2 games, obviously. You're trying to win as many games as possible. The standard for this team is raising. However, tonight, I'm not expecting a Blazer win. I took Blazers and picks against the spread because the spread was 8.5, but this is going to be a hard game to win because you got CJ, you got Brandon Ingram, you got Zion Williamson all playing for the Pelicans, and the Blazers don't know if they have Nurkic or Grant tonight. Chat, if one of you finds out, let me know. Let me know in chat if you find out whether Yusuf Nurkic or Jeremy Grant is playing or not. Okay? But overall, bummed out about Dame not playing tonight. The key for Portland is going to be to defend. You can't let CJ get hot. Can't let Brandon Ingram get hot. You can't let the Pelicans put 120 on the board. It can't be one of those games. Without Dame, obviously you're missing a lot of offensive firepower. You got to be able to slow down the Pelicans and make this game manageable on the defensive end. Now, that's a tough task. Who do you put up against Zion Williamson, especially if Jeremy Grant's out? Justice Winslow's honestly a pretty good player to put up against him, I guess. Athletically, he cannot keep up with him, but in terms of the strength department, Justice Winslow's extremely strong. Obviously, Zion is too. I would expect to see a lot of Justice Winslow matched up against Zion Williamson tonight, no matter if Jeremy Grant plays or not. Jonas Valanciunas is the Pelicans starting center. That's a solid matchup for Yusuf Nurkic. If he plays, of course. So Drew Eubanks could play, and then you got Wofford off the bench. The key is just not letting New Orleans go off offensively, and then taking care of the ball, because obviously this Blazer team has had major issues turning the ball over. You play some defense and you take care of the ball, you definitely have a chance. With Simons, with Hart, hopefully he has a good game. If Grant plays, and then you got Sharp, who's been playing well, then you're looking at probably a competitive game if the Blazers do those two things. But it is the second night of a back-to-back for the Blazers. I can't be confident in them winning this game, unfortunately. I do think they'll make it close, but we'll have to wait and see. Let me look up Pelicans team stats and just kind of give you some background on like where they rank. I need to find a good NBA team stat rankings. I need to find a go-to site for this. Yeah, I need to find a go-to. Okay, opponents. Defensive efficiency. I don't know. I need to round out, like, I use Basketball Reference for individual player stats. That's my go-to. I know how to find things really quickly. In regards to team stats, I need to figure out something different. Something different for team stats. Let's see. NBA defensive rating team. All right, so according to NBA.com, the Pelicans have the 12th ranked defense in terms of defensive rating. The Blazers have the 8th ranked defense. The Blazers give up 20 points per game off turnovers, though. 20 points per game off turnovers. So that obviously is not a good number. You don't want to let the Pelicans get out and run. The Pelicans will turn the ball over. They give up 19 points per game off turnovers as well. Both those are in the bottom half of the league. Blazers are almost bottom 5 in terms of giving up points off turnovers. The Pelicans will let you score in the paint. They are the 22nd ranked team in terms of opponent points in the paint. So without Dame, it's going to be crucial to try and attack the rim against New Orleans team that doesn't necessarily defend the paint too well. They don't block a ton of shots. They only average 4 blocks per game, which is 4th worst in the league. Only teams worse are Detroit, Sacramento, and Miami. So without Damian Lillard, it will be crucial to try and attack the paint, try and get to the free throw line and generate efficient offense that way. The Blazers certainly have the pieces to do it, especially if you have Nurkic and have Grant and have Hart, and then Shaedon Sharpe, obviously, with his athleticism and cutting ability, and then Anthony Simons. Hopefully that's the starting lineup tonight. Let me look at chat and make sure they didn't announce anyone out. But yeah, let me know if anyone's out. I would expect Keon to play today with Damian Lillard out. But yeah, I mean, the Blazers gotta attack the paint, take care of the ball, and play some defense. That's the three keys to the game. I know the play some defense stuff is very cliche and surface level. Basically, you want to do that every game, but they got 3 legitimate scorers that you gotta slow down. I would probably put, in terms of matchups, I have no idea how to even match up with these guys. I guess you put Grant on Zion and Hart on Ingram and Simons on CJ. And then Sharpe, or maybe you put Sharpe on CJ, assuming Sharpe starts. But then you got, Herb Jones is the other guy they're starting, and then Valanciunas obviously would be a matchup for Nurkic. And if you go small, you put Winslow on Zion and Eubanks. Or not if you go small, if the starting front court is missing with Grant and Nurkic, if they're out once again, then you go Winslow on Zion, which I think is about the best you could hope for in terms of a matchup option against him, and then Eubanks on Valanciunas. Valanciunas has played well this season. He's underrated. I'm kind of worried about Eubanks getting pushed around a little bit by him, but I don't know. That's the 4th guy on their offense. That's their 4th offensive option. Because you got Zion averaging 23 per game, Ingram averaging 23 per game, CJ averaging 20 per game, Valanciunas averages 14. The thing is with CJ McCollum, he just hasn't been shooting the ball well. He has not made shots so far this season. He's shooting 41% from the field, including 46% from 2, and 31% from 3. We know he doesn't get to the free throw line. Only averages 2.5 per game. He's passing the ball well, averaging over 6 assists and under 2 turnovers per game. So a greater than 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. That's for all the people out there that says he doesn't pass at all. But he's only averaging, he's averaging 19 per game now. But that's just due to him struggling to make shots. We know CJ can make shots. He has a true shooting percentage right now of 48%. Right? We know CJ can make shots, though. If this is one of those games where he finally decides to start hitting shots, it's going to be really, really difficult. The reason why the Pelicans haven't started great, despite a lot of people liking them as a potential home court advantage type of team, is because they don't play elite defense. They've been better than I thought they were, about average. But offensively, CJ just hasn't been it. As far as Ingram goes, he's shooting the ball extremely well. Played 7 games so far, shooting 54% from the three-point line on 3.5 attempts per game. But he doesn't shoot enough threes. He shoots 13 twos per game at 48%. He shoots a noticeably higher percentage on threes than he does on twos, but about 3/4 of his shots are 2-pointers. You know he loves that mid-range fadeaway, that sort of stuff. You can kind of live with that. It's unguardable anyway. If he shoots that over CJ getting hot or Zion getting going, attacking the paint, beasting in the paint like we know Zion does, then I think you're okay with that. I'll take questions for the rest of the stream. And let me thank a dono from the one, the only Gray Hughes. Thank you, Gray, for the $10 donation. Says, I think it has to be said that Sharpe could be a generational talent. The stuff he is doing and his mindset is rare. He is the real deal. Boom. Yep, early, but you can see it. Sharpe is, I don't know if I want to say elite off the ball right now, but he is a really good off-ball player. Those baseline cuts, lobs, catch and shoot, that sort of thing. Sharpe has been phenomenal playing off the ball, man. I just hope that in the long run, he can figure out how to be a high-level shot creator. Because if he can improve his ball handling, be able to run pick and rolls, be able to facilitate a little bit better, then you're talking about potential superstar. And he was drafted with that upside. He still has that upside. He's only 19 years old. Anthony Simons wasn't creating a whole lot at 19 years old either. And Sharp has had some moments. You know, he came off a pick and roll and hit a floater, hit a mid-range jumper. Once Sharp improves his ball handling, it'll be really interesting to see just how good he is offensively. Anyway, Eric, you won't be here for the post-game show tonight, or will you be here for the post-game show? I forgot exactly what you said. Will I be soloing it again tonight? Cameron Weaver says, does Nas get more minutes? I mean, he only played 15 minutes last game, and Nurkic and Grant were out, so I don't see him getting more minutes than that. Jabari Walker played more than him. Jabari Walker played 18 minutes. So if those two guys are out, expect more Jabari Walker tonight. Maybe playing as much as Nas again. If Dame is out, I'd imagine Keon and Sharp will split minutes. I think Sharp's playing 30 minutes a game tonight. And Dame is out. Low-key 09, Dame is out. It's not if Dame is out, because he's definitely out. Joey, me and Eric met on a forum. So that's how I knew him. And then obviously he was the right choice for a co-host. I don't know how much, if I need to explain why he's the right choice for a co-host. I think he's proven it, But yeah, we met on a forum and played pickup ball and that sort of thing. That's how I met Eric. The unit with all the rookies in Watford was crazy, was awesome. Yeah, youth is fun. They'll play hard. It's just got to take better care of the ball as well. Can't have 19 turnovers tonight. Todd, I don't think we're going to rest the starters randomly for Dallas. Like, what if Nurkic and Grant are out for the second game in a row, but they're ready to go for Dallas? Why would we rest them? And when they're just coming off of rest, and Dame just got rest. Dame is resting this game. I don't see him resting the Dallas game. Hazy Nightmare calls me Torrance. I think Dennis Smith Jr. scores over 8 points tonight versus the Heat? Yes. Why would I see this? Says this makes no sense. Rest for the Pelicans, but play the Hornets. I mean, if you rest Dame for the Hornets, they could have lost that game, and then even if Dame was playing, they could lose his game tonight. So maybe it's the right call. It's hard to say. Anyway, Eric didn't answer my question. All good. Yeah, so tonight we'll have the post-game show over on the main channel. We'll recap this game. We'll see if that's a solo stream or not. Should hopefully have Chris on graphics and all that. And it'll be interesting to see if the Blazers can slow down McCollum or how that game goes. I want to see Sharp put Zion on a poster. But hopefully Grant and Nurkic plays tonight. I'll do a Q&A. I'll do a Q&A prompt and answer questions 5-10 minutes. Then I'll wrap up the stream. Ask a question. There we go. Once again, I'm gonna keep plugging the Discord server because I'm really trying to get that rolling. We got about 450 people in there right now. I want to get to 1,000. Truly Spencer? I have no idea. I don't think so. Or I think he might rest occasionally, but I don't think he's going to rest like every back-to-back. Am I going to any game soon? Probably not. Probably not. Ask a question on that prompt. I'll answer it. Yes, I saw the Stotts Twitter space from the NBA account. at the end of it. I just listened to the end of it, but at the end of it, one of the guys asked about defensive philosophies that Stotts could stick around if he wanted to answer questions about defensive philosophy, and Stotts said, yeah, after my last 2 years in Portland, I'm not sure anyone wants to hear about defense from me. Which made me laugh. That was funny. And also very true, unfortunately, but at least there's some self-awareness there. Zach asks, who is your favorite NBA player between the age of 25 and 27? That's... What Blazers are between 25 and 27? Probably them. I don't know ages like that off the top of my head, man. Anyway, Dallas and Washington just tipped off. You'll have Charlotte, Miami, Philadelphia, Atlanta tipping off in 30 minutes, and then Portland here in a little bit. Eric says Winslow and all exclamation points. I don't know what that means. Connor just said Underdog just reported that he'll play. That who will play? You're gonna make me go to... Oh, Winslow was probable, though. Oh, Nance. Oh, Winslow's between 25 and 27. Yeah, no, that's not my answer. Eric, am I soloing it tonight? After a blowout loss because we don't have Dame? I might be sitting there struggling. Low-key says if we win this game, we definitely have the ability to win 50-plus games this season. If we can win games against good teams with Dame out, then there's no telling how good we can be. Eric, if we win, I can solo it. If we lose, you better be there, alright? That's the rules. Will we have over or under 18 turnovers tonight? That's a great question. Without Dame, probably over. Joey says, what do you give Billups so far for a grade? A- / B+. Like, right. Probably A-. A-. The reason why I don't give him like a full-on A or A+ is because of his decisions to put Grant on guards that run a lot of pick and rolls to start games. The fact that he won't give Nas more minutes. Some of his like lineup rotation decisions I haven't fully agreed with. So it's kind of nitpicky, but you know, if I give a coach an A+, that's because I agree with literally everything they do. And I haven't agreed with everything Chauncey's done. But he's been really, really good this year. Who's my current all-rookie teams? First team, Bankero's there, Matherin's there. I probably put Sharp there. I don't really know who the other two guys would be. Because you got Jabari Smith, of course. He's playing a lot of minutes. Ivy, like all the guys at the top of the draft. Jake LaRavia has a chance of sneaking into second team, I think. If he keeps playing, they gotta keep playing him though. They have some injuries. Who knows if he'll stay in the rotation. Let me look at rookie stat leaders NBA. Keegan Murray's averaging 13 a game. He's probably there. Tari Eason as well. Jalen Williams. AJ Griffin has started playing and looking really good for Atlanta, so he has a chance to make it as well. And even Andrew Nembhard, now he's starting in Indiana after the injury to who got hurt? Who got hurt in Indiana and Nembhard's starting for him now? Oh, Duarte. Duarte got hurt. Thoughts on Johnny Davis struggling so far? He has not looked good. I haven't really watched him a ton, so I can't really give a well thought out answer to Johnny Davis struggling, but he needs to become a solid 3-point shooter. Defensively, he can be good. He just I don't know why he's struggling, honestly. He looked like a guy that should be able to come into the league and be a pretty damn good player. Or at least somebody that could defend and attack and finish around the rim and hit a mid-range jumper. So he's been super broke. I don't know if it's mental or if he's just not as talented as he showed his sophomore year at Wisconsin. Like, he needs to be the guy. I don't know what the deal is. Anyway, I'm just reading back chat. Gray Hughes says, easy to do a show just winging it off super chats and comments in regards to me potentially soloing the post-game stream tonight. Well, if we win, then yeah, I can solo it because we'll have a lot more super chats. If we lose, there's a lot less super chats to go off of. And a lot less people in chat in general. That's just the way it goes. So that was the idea. Yeah, if we get some buzzer beating win and the super chats are flowing, that's just the way it goes. The way it goes. So yeah. If I'm soloing it tonight, Gray, you usually drop like a 10, which is awesome. I love seeing the yellow pop up. But maybe split it up into 2s in 5 messages and help me carry the post-game stream. We'll see. All-Star Game MVP this year, if you had to guess. All-Star Game MVP. I don't know who's going to be in the All-Star Game. I mean, I'm just going to sit here and say Dame. Like, thoughts on Jalen Duren for the Pistons? I haven't really watched the Pistons, and then Jalen Duren's been hurt. YYC says, will you do more live shows like the Lakers game? Yes. On Saturday. I was thinking about doing one on Saturday against the Mavericks. If I do live, like, watch party streams during the game, I will schedule an event in the Discord. This is another reason why you should join the Discord. I plan on scheduling streams and games in the Discord. You can see, like, when it starts, what channel will be on. Like, right now, if you go to the events tab in our Discord, it says Blazers at Pelicans starting in 40 minutes. And then I have a game thread. And there's one linked in the description box below. So if you want to, chill out in a community of Blazer fans during this game, check out that game thread. We're going to have game threads for every game that you guys can talk in. And I'll try my best to be active in there. I need to get used to being active in there. I don't, Twitter's going downhill. So need a place for Blazer fans, need to really, like, up this community. And then if you're into gaming, I have a gaming section in there. You'll be able to opt into certain games and then be notified when people want to play that game. So, Isaac, unfortunately not. But yeah, definitely check out that Discord. Doing some cool things. Bubba says, should the Jazz have just run it back with Dawn/Rudy and Will Hardy as the coach? I mean, if they're as good as they were with Donovan Mitchell and Rudy after trading them for a bunch of assets, then obviously that's the right move, because they're... I mean, they never were going to get to a finals with those two guys. They were just a regular season team, and right now, I mean, they're looking like a regular season team. I don't fully buy their success. I think they'll be a play-in team when it's all said and done. And I think you'll see the Lakers and the Kings out. I thought it was only going to be one of those two teams to start the season. I think the Jazz will supplant one of those two teams. Or maybe the Timberwolves, because they don't look good at all. I mean, you got the Warriors down there as well. Kind of hard to say how this goes, but it's obviously the right move if they're just going to continue being a regular season team that wins regular season games and makes the playoffs. Now they got all these picks. Anyway. Who are you more impressed with so far, Josh Hart or Justice Winslow? I'm not down on either guy, but I'm not particularly, impressed with either, if that makes sense. I know that has a negative connotation, but both guys are providing what I would expect them to provide. It's not like Justice Winslow has come out here and hit a bunch of threes, Then I'd be impressed, oh my goodness, okay, Justice Winslow can shoot threes. Josh Hart's rebounding has been impressive. But, I knew Josh Hart was a guy. He can pass the ball, he can handle the ball, he can play some defense, he can rebound. And that's what he's doing. He's not scoring at a super high clip. I expected him to be a little bit more of a scorer. But I'm not disappointed in either of these guys. I'm just not, overly impressed either. Because Winslow still, Winslow is extremely inefficient. He plays defense, he passes. But he's still extremely inefficient. I feel like people don't realize how inefficient Winslow is. He's shooting 27% from 3 and 46% from 2. His true shooting percentage is 46%. If you round up, 47%. What's the name of your Discord again? There's a link in the description box below. If you go to where it says Discord server, click that link. Or you can join through the game thread. I also linked the game thread above that. Garrison. Cameron Weaver says biggest key to the game. I gave my key to this game right after the Pelicans Blazers picks against the spread segment. So I gave 3 keys to the game. It was don't turn over the ball. I forget. Obviously, you want to slow down McCollum, Ingram. Don't let them get going, and then try and attack the paint. And if they can find success attacking the paint, the Pelicans give up a lot of paint points. The Blazers score a lot of paint points. Then they can withstand not having Damian Lillard tonight. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode of Blazers Uprise Live. I'll be live again later on tonight. So if you have any NBA questions that you asked that I didn't get to, hopefully you're able to make the post-game show tonight, because if I'm soloing it, then I'll definitely have time to answer some random questions and whatnot. Alvaro says, think I'm going to use Be Live on Bet Online tonight. But it's Believe, B-L-E-A-V, Alvaro. I want to make sure you got the hookup and got the code right. But yes, this is Blazers Uprise Live presented by Bet Online. Use promo code BELIEVE for 50% rewards, B-L-E-A-V. Thank you, Alvaro, for segueing into that plug. I always like being able to use comments and donations to segue the conversation into different things. But good to see you, Alvaro. Good to see all of you in here. Hopefully the Blazers can take care of business tonight without Damian Lillard. We'll see if Nurkic and Grant play. They are questionable right now, and I'll have you covered with the post-game stream. Eric might be there, but he says I should expect him not to be. So therefore, you guys should expect him not to be, and maybe we'll have a, quote, pleasant surprise if he's there. That's what he called it, a pleasant surprise. So anyway, hopefully I'll see you guys over in the Discord. Once again, that's linked in the description box below. And thank you to Bet Online for sponsoring this episode of Blazers Uprise Live. I'll catch you next time. Until then, as always, peace out. Go Blazers.